We now welcome in former Spurs Vice President of Strategic Research and our current ESPN NBA analyst, Kirk Goldsberry. Thank you so much for being here.
I'm glad to be here, Rach.
It's good. Everyone has great titles. We have Nick DiPaolo, our senior sneakerhead here at ESPN, but Vice President,
sneakerhead, huh?
right?
Senior. There's a junior sneakerhead somewhere.
Strategic Research is a pretty damn good title, too. And you have a new book out called Sprawlball. Bum, 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 bum. He dedicates an entire chapter as to why the NBA should move back the three-pointer line. So I encourage everyone to buy and read this book. It's beautifully illustrated. But give us a little sneak peek on that chapter, why you think the three-point line should be moved back.
Well, I love the diversity of the game. I love the 5 position groups, and I argue that, you know, as a means to sort of preserve the diversity, the look of the game, that we need to look at the three-point shot as an increasing threat to the diversity of the game. Here's a stat for you, Rachel. The NBA shooters this year made more three-point shots than they made during the entire 1980s, which is
You remember
crazy.
the 1980s?
We didn't shoot them in the 80s. I mean, it was more of a in and out game than it is an out to in game. You know, in the 80s, obviously, because we had big men that we would throw the ball to. You know, when you got a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you're gonna throw the ball to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and if you get, if you get double teamed, then you're looking to throw it out for three-pointers. So it was the game has changed. There's no doubt about that.
And that was a shooter, ladies and gentlemen.
Right,
And I was a shooter. I would love to play in today's game. I would love to play in the game where I could shoot 8 or 9 a game.
Green light.
I would shoot 8 or 9 in maybe 4 games.
Byron would be making a lot of money if he was playing right now, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Byron, by the way, 3 titles did okay. Do you think, though, do you agree with Kurt that maybe it's gotten to the point where there's almost oversaturation of the three-point shot and that maybe it gets moved back to really separate out the Steph Currys from sort of the other more neutral three-point shooters, I guess? I don't know what you call a non-Steph Curry shooter.
Yeah, I would love for it to be moved back a little bit because, like you said, then it's going to eliminate a lot of guys in this league that try to shoot it on a regular basis. Obviously, you got Steph Curry and you got Damian Lillard. It doesn't matter. If you can move it back 5 feet, it don't matter to them guys. They got that much range. But for the majority of the guys in the league, it definitely would hurt them, and they would probably go more to that mid-level or mid-range game that we used to know and love so well back in the day. So I agree with you. Definitely move it back. I just don't know how far you want to move it back.
Yeah, if you look at 1994, 95, and 95, 96, they moved the three-point line in, and you had guys like Charles Oakley.
Right.
Shooting threes.
Patrick Ewing was shooting threes back then.
People who weren't three-point shooters, right? And so when they moved it back, it kind of eliminated all those fringe three-point shooters. You do that now, there's a lot more fringe three-point shooters because the players are developed that way. So if we move it farther back, we get back to the pure shooters doing on the shooting.
Right.
But then Oklahoma City would be swept every year, every single year.
You'd be in trouble, huh?
They'd win a playoff game again if you did that.
I can't believe you reached all the way back into the A block. We're in the D block of the show. You reached all the way back into the A's for that insult. I want to talk about, Kirk, your former co-workers, the San Antonio Spurs. I thought they were one of the most fun stories, just the way they've rebounded from injury. Pop has done it again and again and again. Superstars leave, doesn't matter. They are now tied 2 games apiece in this series against the Nuggets. Game 5 is tomorrow night in Denver. So who do you have more faith in right now? You've got the number 2 seed, Denver, at home with that home court advantage, but you also have Greg Popovich, the San Antonio Spurs, LaMarcus Aldridge, DeMar DeRozan, and man, Derek White has shown himself up.
White. You know, I think the series can go either way. I'll be eager to hear what these guys say, but I'm taking Coach Pop. He's been in 1,000 of these. This is Mike Malone's first real playoff series as a head coach. You know, I think that experience is going to be key. It's a science. Playoff basketball, as Mean knows, Byron knows, is a science. And it comes down to matchups and strategy, and Pop's been there so many times. They're going to have to win one on the road. I think they already showed they can do it. But, yeah, the way that Derek White has played has sort of given them that element to help them, I think, do that and win one of these games on the road.
Kirk, what do you think about the fact that the Spurs shoot so many mid-range shots, which is kind of the opposite of what we're all talking about?
Well, when you have DeMar and you got LaMarcus and you got Rudy, it's like what Byron just said. It's like if you have Kareem, you throw him the ball in the block. You know, you want to let Rudy be Rudy, you want to let DeMar be DeMar, and you want to make LaMarcus or let LaMarcus be. That's too many mid-rangers for a lot of guys in the analytics community. But with that roster, they've done a great job. And I mean, the craziest thing coming into this year, I would never bet this was a top 10 offense because of that shot selection. But they built it. And DeMar's had a great year, and Rudy's had an especially efficient year for his numbers. But I think for them to win one of these games, it's going to come down to defense. The weirdest thing about this Spurs team right now is they're not very good on defense, getting stops. And we've seen
Especially on the road.
the
Yeah.
Nuggets eat them up.
Yeah.
Although, I've said on the show a bunch of times, yes, 3 is more than 2, but 2 is more than 0. So if you're not hitting your threes, better to take those mid-range jumpers because those still add up where the zeros don't. Kirk, thank you so much for joining us
pleasure.
today. Everyone, this book, Sprawlball, is available next week, so you should go buy it because it's a lot of fun.